Welcome to KK's Quilt Studio. It's Friday and look what's in the mailbag today. Someone posted this quilt. She's looking for a quilting design that is just for this star block. And then she wants to quilt this block with sort of like a square on point. But the problem was finding a design for this block, something that has indentations for these little, we'll call them arrow blocks. So Art and Stitch to the rescue, and I'll show you what I did. So first let's design that block. I opened up the Quilt Pro program. Quilt Pro is a quilting design program similar to EQ, Electric Quilt, and I like Quilt Pro design tools. Sometimes they're a little bit easier. Anyway, I came up with the block, made it about 9 inches, and then let's go over into Art and Stitch. This was the block. I brought that picture of that quilt in with the backdrop tool down here in the lower left and used it as kind of a tracing tool. So I played around with a couple designs. This one I came up with kind of a feathery design. Then this one for a more geometric design. Let's bring that in closer, turn off the grid. So we like this one better. So we were just playing around, seeing what we can get, and that's how you audition a block or audition a drawing, is bring in the picture from the backdrop tool and then take your drawing tools, which are all down here to the side and on the left side, and just draw something. So how did I get those lovely feathers? Well, I went into my shapes library, went under feathers, used this drop down menu. Remember, there's lots of goodies here in the folders, and then I just grabbed this first feather, the one feather L 1.6, and brought it in to the drawing table. You just need to click on it, and voila, there it is. So my drawing is a little bit smaller. I just zoomed in on it and gave her a quick look at what you can do in Art and Stitch, and then I took it over to the drawing table. There was a question, some time back, how do you tie everything together, or how do you continuous line sew? Well, if you are a free motion quilter, you kind of have that down. That it's something. It's different for everything. There's not a set way to do it. I brought in those various sizes of feathers. This is the same feather. If I click on one, you'll see that they're individual elements. They're not tied together yet, and I just rotated them, flipped them, shrunk them down. This is a couple tiny ones here on the bottom, and you'll see they get ever increasingly smaller, and that's just bring that feather in and shrink it. Use your rotation tools, flip, mirror, and that's how you get it. And then this flower in the center is just a circle. Use my ellipse tool and drew a little circle, and then went to my magic circle, and I think I made 8 of them. This circle is a little um, wonky because I didn't hold my control key down, but you get the idea. And then shrink it down so they overlap and click OK, and that brings it in there, and there's your repeat circle. Now this is just a sketch, and I'm going to use that block that I designed in Quilt Pro to make everything equal. So I'm going to select one of these feathers and place it over the template that I designed and go and hook things together. So let's go to the next page. So here is that design. I used my backdrop tool again, brought in that block that I designed, use it as my foundation to set up this design. And what I did is only design part of it at a time. So I started with just 1/4 of the design and tied all those feathers together, reshaped everything, and then took this portion of the design and copied and pasted or duplicated it, Control D on your keyboard, and rotated it 4 times. So this is the design that I got. Let's turn off the grid. This is the design that I used, and like I said, duplicated it, rotated it, and set it up over top the block so that I knew everything was lining up. And you'll see, let's zoom in on that, I didn't do the whole inside of that circle. I only did a portion of it. I went around and did part of that design because it's going to repeat as you go around. So when I tied it in, let's use our reshape tool and you can see the points. I tied it in to that feather design. So it's going to start under that green dot. I put the start point under there and went all the way around, and it bounces over to do the circle and then ends down here. So you have a choice. You can do this, do a 4 copy and paste and fit everything together, or you can use again your magic circle. And let's change that angle. Let's rotate that 45 degrees. And now let's take it into the magic circle there. And I only want 4. And then we're going to bring that down. And I did have to resize this. So we're going to watch down here. We're almost where we want to be. It's about 8.5, and there we go. And there it is. So you can bring it together like that. Click OK. And you've got the design to put it on point or rotate it. Hit the 45 degrees, and there you have that same block again in the orientation you need. And that's how simple it is to create your own design. Be sure to select it, assign stitches. This one I've already assigned stitches so we can watch it sew out. I'll zoom in on it. So it starts there on one feather and moves right along to that inside. And there it is. Simple as that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, drop me an email if you have a question. Um, like this video. Be sure and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. And if you have a quilting question, if you need help with Art and Stitch or other quilting programs, drop me a line. Let me know. Email me. Thanks for joining today. Happy sewing.